4. So on a run, and earlier in the year they actually played against Drive-By, who also happens to be at the Big O, and they won 217 to 111. So second jam in, power jam in favor of Sid Licious, number 11. He is going to bust through, take lead jammer position on behalf of the Phoenix Rattlesnakes. Nice, tight, cohesive pack here.
James Brain back in the game.
Small little jump there right on the inside line for Sid Licious as he picks up the thumb. So that's 5 points on the scoreboard for Sid Licious. James Brain's now busts through the pack of his own accord on that initial pass. Nice recycling to the back of the pack on one-man Wolfpack. 4 points on the scoreboard for Sid Licious. That's going to bring them to 29 points. Lane County still looking for an opportunity to put some points on the scoreboard, but we are going to start out with both jammers on the track, and that's going to be number 5, Half Breed, and 861, Eat to Poo Poo for Phoenix Rattlesnakes. Lane County already skating earlier today against Capital City with a hard-fought bout. Capital City actually came out with the win against Lane County.
Despite the Brains' insane
I know.
jam.
That is insane.
Eat the Poo Poo's lead jammer, while Half Breed is still fighting his way through the pack.
We are going to have a natural grand slam, meaning Eat to Poo Poo passed all the skaters, and they were all on the track, so he lapped the jammer, not being in a power jam, but all opposing skaters on the track. Cappy now working outside line, and he's going to go for a thread. And the pivot here for Lane County coming over, offering some support there. That's Bustin' More Nose, number 651.
Brains back on the track as jammer for Lane County Concussions, and it looks like Sid Licious is back as well.
So second time back at the line for James Brains, although, you know, he started out 1 in the box, so he's now skated in 3 jams, one of them being very short for him.
Very short. And probably frustrating.
I would imagine, yes. 26 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first period. Lead jammer now assessed to number 11, Sid Licious for Phoenix Rattlesnakes. The Rattlesnakes having a powerful season so far in 2013. Every team that they've taken on, they've been capable of usurping, and we're seeing them use a lot of that power, a lot of that agility and speed here. 4 points now for number 11, Sid Licious for the Phoenix Rattlesnakes. Pulling up way behind the jammer line. Number 9, Kamen Kanji, is the jammer for Phoenix Rattlesnakes.
And 319 to Gooch for Lane County Concussions.
Lane County actually using their alternates, Wolverine and Rick Shames, as Poppycock is under the weather and cannot skate. And again, Phoenix Rattlesnakes, just a powerhouse. They pick up lead jammer status once again. One-man Wolfpack working at the front of the pack. Nice defense on behalf of the Phoenix Rattlesnakes as 804, Nick Fury, was running a wall on him. 4-0 in favor of the Rattlesnakes. And we'll see another start at the jammer line.
We've got number 13, Photo Bomb.
First time at the line for Lane County Concussion here in this bout today. And that's going to be against Eat to Poo Poo, number 861 for Phoenix Rattlesnakes. Lane County hasn't been as busy this year or this season as Arizona men's Phoenix Rattlesnakes. But last year, Lincoln County Concussions lost to Deep Valley 270 to 72.
Eat to Poo Poo pulls out lead jammer.
Oh, huge
Photo Bomb
takedown.
Gets knocked out with a big hit. Stands up, has to come in the back.
Yeah, it was a huge force out by Bombs, Anya Moms. A nice force out there by the pivot, number 651, Bustin' More Nose. And Eat Poo Poo is successful, pulls back in, even from way back at the back, and he gets the 5-point scoring pass.
James Brains back on the line. Lane County Concussions. His 4th or 5th jam now as starting. Again, he had the one in the box at the beginning.
And Sid Licious, number 11, no stranger to the jammer line for the Phoenix Rattlesnakes.
And these guys are no strangers to each other. They've been lined up together at least once before so far today.
Nice work on the inside by YB Normal, L7 for Lane County Concussions. However, lead jammer already assessed to the Phoenix Rattlesnakes. However, James Brains is through the pack. Wisely good jammer awareness there by Sid Licious as he looks back. He wants to prevent James Brains from putting any points on the scoreboard. Calls off the jam prior to either of them putting any points on the board. So 48-0, currently in favor of Arizona Men's Derby. The Phoenix Rattlesnakes against Lane County Concussion. We are in period 1, and it's 22 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first period. The Rattlesnakes wearing the black, Lane County wearing the white.
3:19 to Gooch up again on the line for Lane County Concussion. Finding a hard time against a black wall in the back.
Yeah, he got shut down by Venomous Vegan, number 7. Once again, Rattlesnakes in pull through for lead jammer status. The interesting thing here is Lane County is going to have to shift something around because they need to be in the front. They need to be able to get their jammer through. Yep. And that defense, that huge amount of defense put on there by the Phoenix Rattlesnakes, they aren't focusing a lot on offense currently as their jammers have been really successful in getting through the pack of their own accord. So they're really focusing on that wall. Lane County having some trouble busting it up, working on offense of their own and trying to push their jammer through the pack.
Yep. Big hit affected that jam as well.
58 in favor of the Rattlesnakes.
We've got 5 half-breed up there for Lane County Concussions and Eat the Poo Poo on the line for the Rattlesnakes. He cut right through on the inside line, cleared for him, says no problem, I'll take it.
Again, that strong defensive wall up there at the front. Nice work there by 105. Packin' Man as he tries to sweep them out of the way for his jammer. It is successful, and the jammer for Lane County now through. That is number 5, half-breed.
And again, Lane County is held at 0, waiting to score. James Brains back on the line for the Concussions, and Karma Kanji up for the Rattlesnakes.
So the Rattlesnakes now going to send in number 9, Kamen Kanji. And my apologies if I mispronounced and called them the Rattlesnakes. Easy mistake to make. We are going to have Kamen Kanji pull through, take lead jammer status. Even before the jammer line, James Brains with a huge smile on his face as he busts through. And he's now running the chase on Kamen Kanji. And again, jammer awareness there. He's going to try to get through. Nice protecting the points, though, as Lane County pushed all of their skaters to the front of the pack, then preventing the jammer, Kamen Kanji, number 9, to score any points. And nice work with James Brains forcing the issue as he races up to the back of Kamen Kanji, forcing that issue.
Yep, half-breed back on the line again, number 5 for Concussions, and number 11, Sid Licious up for the Rattlesnakes.
So Rattlesnakes disadvantage here, 3 in the pack to the 4 advantage in favor of Lane County Concussion. However, the numbers didn't work out in favor as Sid Licious pushes through to take lead jammer. Bombs on your moms goes in for like a sternum check-in. He's like, I'm going to stare you down. So trying to make a decision. It looked like Halfbreed thought he was assessed a penalty, so as Coach Coop goes out there to talk to them, the officials now having a powwow at the center of the track. And we are going to have an official timeout.
Looks like there was some confusion over the whistles.
Again, in this venue, there are multiple bouts going on at one time. So we're on track 1. Right next to us is track 2. So we get a lot of interference from whistles on the other track as well as just general noise.
It is very loud in here. And rightfully so. Look at all these Derby fans.
I know it. Lane County, the home crowd favorite. Rattlesnake Skates coming all the way from Phoenix. And they did have a choice because there is another prominent tournament happening this very weekend in the Midwest. A 100% more dancing, apparently.
Looks like we got Busted Mornose, number 651 up for the Lane County Concussions. Having a little fun with Itapupu during the review. And there's the whistle.
Both initially trying to go to the
Lane
inside.
County finally gets the lead. Jammer.
So Busted Mornose pulls through, takes lead jammer status. This is really important here for Lane County because it could shift the momentum. They're still yet to put points on the scoreboard, and here's their opportunity, trying to pull around Fuzzy Navel and pitch it on the inside. He is going to skirt around, and he outraces the last line of defense there on behalf of the Rattle Skates.
Itapupu still has not cleared the pack,
And that was
but he passes the star.
So 5-point scoring pass, though, however. So that puts Lane County on the board with 5 points, and he's going to pull through around pitch at number 33 for the Rattle Skates for another 4 points. So that's a 9-point jam. 9 points now on the scoreboard for Lane County. The Rattle Skates sitting at 62.
We've got number 13 Photobomb on the line, as well as number 9 Kamakanji for the Rattle Skates. Kamakanji seems to really like the backup start. Plenty of room to run and hit the pack.
That time utilizing, and again, defensive wall at the back. They're going to shut down Photobomb with all the defense in the back, and the defensive line now running at the front for Lane County, trying to prevent Kamakanji from getting through. However, he is able to skirt around X, number 29 for Lane County Concussions. But Photobomb makes his way through as well. Kamakanji gets forced out on the far straightaway. He does pick up 2 more points on the scoreboard for the Rattle Skates. James Brains, number 55. He's going to wear the star for Lane County. And a familiar coupling as he goes against Sid Licious, number 11, once again.
And James Brains actually took the name Brains, he and his wife, before they married, so that is their legal last name.
Yes, I was aware of that. Rattle Skates now in the lead position, and a cut track penalty assessed to Brains. He's headed to the penalty box. This is a power jam. This is not what Lane County needed currently with 15 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first period. At a strong point deficit, 60 points ahead currently, the Rattle Skates. Force out by Busted Mornose. And we did have Busted Mornose. He actually gave out a yelp loud enough that we could hear him over here from the announcer table, and it looked almost as if he wasn't going to be able to get up. Now he's taken himself out of play. So he took himself out of play, and it really appears like he is nursing a knee here, but I'm not confident and I'm not purely certain that that's the case, but he is now laying beside the bench for Lane County Concussion. Number 804, Nick Fury, headed to the penalty box to join the pivot. Pack advantage in favor once we start again with Lane County. Cappy and Venomous Vegan giving each other a little bit of support there as the jam comes to an end as they skate back to their bench. So 80 points now separating these teams with the Rattlesnakes in front, 89-9. Lane County being able to, for that one jam, put 9 points on the scoreboard, and they're going to need a lot more of that going forward. Bombs on your moms. Donning the star here for the Rattlesnakes.
And number 5, half-breed for Lane County Concussions, pulls out lead jammer, but he is followed in high pursuit.
So at least the second time that Lane County has been successful in getting through and taking that coveted spot. And it's advantageous for them because they can call it off then whenever they want to, as long as they are, not in the penalty box per se. And Rattlesnakes pushed it forward, pushed the issue, forcing Half-Breed to call off the jam prior to any points being put on the scoreboard for either team.
Looks like we've got James Brains for the Concussions up against Itapupu on the jam line.
The Rattlesnakes seemingly having a deeper bench as far as jammers go. So offering a little bit of relief. I mean, they are on a 2 or 3 jammer rotation. However, they're able to put in some relief jammers, and those jammers have also been really, really successful for Rattlesnakes. Itapupu pulls through, takes lead jammer status. One-man Wolfpack working at the back of the pack with number 42, Godless Heathen.
The Rattlesnakes call a timeout.
First team timeout, I believe. And so Lane County going to take an opportunity here and reassess. They're going to discuss their strategy. And defense is hugely important for them at this point. They really need to shut down the jammers. From the Rattlesnakes. A pretty significant point differential.
Absolutely.
In favor of the Rattlesnakes. And it's easy for me to say all of that sitting from this vantage point. And I know it sounds kind of like I'm belittling, and I'm absolutely not. I think that both teams are giving it all of their effort and determination, and just a strong showing here for both of these men's roller derby association teams. And
again, we've got Half-Breed, number 5 on the line for the Concussions, and Karma Kanji, number 9 for the Rattlesnakes.
And you're right. He definitely prefers to get sort of that more backwardly position as he pulls further back from the jammer line. He then encroaches pretty slowly. He's looking for that opportunity. The Rattlesnakes with nice offense as they create a window through their defensive wall at the back. And now they're running the defensive wall. Oh, back block penalty now on Rattlesnakes Kamikanji.
Half-Breed still needs to clear the pack. Gets knocked out of bounds by Bombs on Your Moms. Has to go back almost to the jam line again to start again.
And the Rattlesnakes doing a really nice job as they bridge the pack so that a no pack is not assessed, allowing them to force the jammer to go way, 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 way back. Rattlesnakes doing a nice job here as they move forward, protect the points. Nice defensive work by Nick Fury. He's now holding the outside lane. Cappy taking a hit there.
Half-Breed finally able to break free out of the pack, picks up lead jammer, but wasted a lot of that minute getting out of there.
And the crowd pretty pleased by this momentum now put up by number 5, Half-Breed, jamming for Lane County Concussions. The pivot, Bombs on Your Moms, forces his way through. Nice 2-all then in the front. Huge pileup, though, on turn 2. Venomous Vegan, he's going to the penalty box for a back block penalty. Kamen Kanji gets forced to the back of the pack, and we have a 5-point scoring pass for Half-Breed, number 5 for Lane County Concussion. That's going to bring them to 14-91 on the scoreboard currently for the Rattlesnakes.
James Brains on the line against, wow, that's a surprise, Sid Licious.
I feel like they've danced before.
And they'll dance again.
I'm sure they will. And by dancing, I mean skating. You know, whatever.
There's that. Maybe they'll dance too.
Pitch it, nice work trying to create a sweep there as he pushes another blocker right in the way.
Brains pushed into the inside. Nice bridging by the Rattlescapes. Forces him back to the pivot line.
Nice little hop on the inside line for number 11, Sidlicious. The jammer for the Rattlescapes. Pitch it, the pivot now holding up the back. Nice work on the inside line by Photobomb, number 13 for Lane County.
Not able to pick up any more points for Lane County. So it's 93-14 with just over 10 minutes left in the half.
So nice little check in there by Rock as he comes in to check in on Bustin Mornose. As he took off his helmet, they're just ensuring that all gear is in the appropriate spot because we wouldn't want anyone to get injured. Bustin coming out like a fury. He's trying to force his way through. He gets caught in the back of the pack. He tries to push himself forward. Two wall in the front now formed as Nick Fury gets pushed into number 651 Bustin Mornose. Itapupu now going to go in for a scoring pass. He's going to do a little hop on the apex, and he's going to call it the jam with 4 points. So 4 points again on the scoreboard. That's really close now to the century mark for Rattlescapes. Photobomb, jammer for Lane County. And Kamankanji, number 9, is going to jam on behalf of the Rattlescapes. Pitch it is working as the pivot. Number 33 is pulling the inside line. All of the Rattlescapes then using that familiar formation as they get right back to the jammer line and take that wall as close as they can. And they've been very successful in assisting their own jammers through while trapping the jammer from Lane County. Photobomb pulls through on the inside. He is through on his initial pass. But a considerable amount of track between Kamakanji and Photobomb. Kamakanji now going to run in, and YB Normal now pushing himself to the inside line. He's going to assist James Brains. He then is going to get trapped in the back of the pack. YB Normal, they ran a nice little trap there, the Rattlescapes at the back of the pack.
Rattlescapes picking up another 4 points, taking them to 101-14 for Lane County. We got number 319 to Gooch up versus 11 Sidlicious.
Shank now sitting in the penalty box. That's number 4 for Lane County concussion. Number 11, Sidlicious, now donning the star. Lots of loudness happening in the crowd here as we have Sassy Sasquatch from Wasatch Roller Derby, the mascot, now walking around and giving away free goods, which is always good. Oh, nice little run on the inside line. He actually does. It was like skipping on roller skates. So Sidlicious is the lead jammer. Right in the middle of the pack is number 55. Who's nuts? Fred's nuts. Rattlescape's going to pull through. Again, right on the inside.
Squeezes it by on the inside. There you go. Picks up another 5.
Takeout on Degooch by Cappy, number 777. And Degooch is going to pick up a low block penalty. He's headed to the penalty box. Not the best news for Lane County. He's also going to be joined by Shred. Oh, and Rick Shames also headed to the penalty box, so he's going to have a seat.
So it's a full box for the Lane County Concussions. Let's see if these guys can stick together and do any difference.
Packin' Man getting stuck behind number 55, Fred Nuts, the back of the pack. Huge hit by Cappy, number 777 for the Rattlescapes. Another scoring pass, 5 more points on the scoreboard for the Rattlescapes, bringing them to 131. Lane County at 14. 5-point scoring pass for the Rattlesnakes. That's number 11, Sidlicious. Pack and man number 105, working in the 2-wall with Schenk at the front of the pack for Lane County. Coach Coop taking advantage of this 30 seconds to go to the infield and have a discussion with Rock. We are going to have bombs on your moms. Donning the Star, and he's going to start out in a power jam.
And Gooch is standing in the box, so he will be released before too long.
Seconds, mere seconds. Never soon enough, though, for Lane County concussion. Bombs on your moms. Lead jammer now for the Rattlesnakes. James Brains working the front wall with Dragon Balls 0-1-0. DeGooch now back on the track. He actually gets taken out by bombs on your moms as a defensive line release from the penalty box. 1981, Rick Shames for Lane County concussion. So we now have an empty penalty box. Shred-eye, nice job as he works out in the front of the pack, and there's a force out on bombs on your moms.
DeGooch finally gets through on his initial pass, so he's ready to start scoring.
Oh, and a cut track penalty. So this is a power jam in favor of Lane County concussion. DeGooch.
Which is exactly what they need right now. There he picks up 5.
That's going to bring Lane County.
His last jam as well.
So Lane County now sitting at 19 points. Rattlesnakes at 136. 4 minutes left in the first period. DeGooch going to get forced to the infield there by Nick Fury, 8-0-4 for the Rattlesnakes. Number 7, Venomous Vegan working the inside line. Nice movement with pitch it there in the middle of the pack as Itapupu, not the jammer. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Fuzzy Navel, my error. Or Rocket Sauce. I can't even make up my mind. I want it to be everybody all the time, apparently.
DeGooch tried to call that jam, realized he wasn't lead jammer, and then got himself a cut the track penalty. So he is on his way into the box right now. In the meantime, Bombs on Your Moms has been released from the box and is approaching the pack with 1 second left in the jam. And there it is.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first period. Lane County sitting at 19, Rattlesnakes at 136. Itapupa 861 is the jammer, now being fielded by the Rattlesnakes. DeGooch in the penalty box, and we're going to have an official timeout as the EMTs now coming over to the bench. And it looks like, I think that's Bustin Morneau's is going to take DeGooch's spot in the penalty box while DeGooch is assessed by the EMT staff here. I can't say enough about EMTs assisting and being here to, maintain and take care of the skaters. It's one of the worst things that can happen, and not the outcome that anybody's looking for, but the appreciation for the staff that volunteers and shows up. It's there.
It is. And believe it or not, in a roller derby tournament like this, they get accessed all the time. Their job is not easy. They don't just get to sit and watch like the rest of us.
So, Lane County skating earlier today against Capital City and taking a loss. And boy, was it a doozy, because they were neck and neck and there were many, many lead changes. And then losing their jammer in the last jam just sealed the deal in favor of Capital City. So already fierce amounts of endurance required for their bout earlier today.
And here they are again.
Absolutely. Gameplay now getting back in order. Lane County at 23 points. Rattlesnakes at 140 with 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the second or the first period, pardon me. I'm all ahead of myself. Not only am I excited, and it's such a pleasure to be here with Boldy Knox to announce Lane County Concussion and the Rattlescapes. After this on the same track, there will be Deep Valley Belligerents against Uinta Madness.
Oh, that will be surely a good one.
Eat-to-Poo-Poo is out of the pack first. The pivot now, Photobomb, headed to the penalty box for Lane County. That means Lane County is suffering the loss of 2 blockers and a jammer in the box. X working with Packin' Man 105 at the front of the pack. No pack assigned. People move forward on toe stops, in fact. That's Fuzzy Naval working in the pack along with number 42, Godless Heathen, for the Rattlescapes, along with Fred Nuts and One Man Wolf Pack. Eat-to-Poo-Poo making his way through as a no pack is assessed, and we're going to get a blocking out of play penalty assigned to Packin' Man 105. He's going to join the pivot Photobomb. Rick Shames now back in the action to join X. Force out on Bustin' Morneau's. Bustin' Morneau's now going to go
He
in
decides
for...
to hang back and go after Eat-to-Poo-Poo. Takes him right outside, and Eat-to-Poo-Poo decides just to call it off.
Not going to expend any more energy on racing to the back, as he was already in the position of the jammer with the control.
Absolutely. And that's had a big difference and an impact on the game today, because almost every single lead jammer has been a Phoenix Rattlescape over and over and over.
And the points show that. I mean, it's really listed in the points now, 160 to 23 in favor of Rattlescapes.
Brains still fighting the back wall, while Kamakanji sliced right through and is coming up again. Brains hit to the inside, has to go back behind the pack, while Kamakanji says, I am out of here.
Moby Dick
Forces no pack up in the front, and they let him go.
Yeah, Moby Dick actually trying to bridge the pack along with Dragon Balls and number 5, Half-Breed. Not quite enough, though. The no pack was assigned, and they were forced to allow Kamikaze to pull through. We are going to get another scoring pass here with a 5 points for Arizona Men's Derby. Nick Fury working the front of the pack here, staring down his opponents. Oh, huge hit by Venomous Vegan on Dragon Balls, the pivot for Lane County.
James Brains able to score.
So another scoring pass there for Kamakanji, 4 more points. James Brains had passed on his initial pass, and right before James Brains could actually get engaged and put some points on the scoreboard for Lane County, he shut it down.
Shut it down.
So we want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much to Emerald City for hosting the second ever Big O tournament. I've had the pleasure of being here both years, and it's always lovely, and as hosts, very gracious.
You know, we love to throw a good party here in Eugene.
I can see why.
What I love is that we're actually in Eugene this year. Last year we were over in the Willamette Lane Center in Springfield. And great venue, 2 tracks. We just outgrew it this year. So here we are in Eugene at the Lane Event Center. We have 3 tracks going on. We've got 2 vendor villages. It's really fantastic.
And what I like is all the different kinds of play. So you not only have men's roller derby happening, women's flat track derby happening, but junior derby also happening. Amazing. I said it.
We bring it all together.
Yes, you do. So we appreciate Emerald City very much. We thank you all for joining us. Please come back in about 13 and a half minutes. Signing off.
All takes us into halftime. We will. It's delicious. folks, we're just about ready, but before we get started, I'd like to talk to you about NS Hobos. I love me some NS Hobos. Most of your bouts are staffed by NS Hobos at this event. They're an organization that strives to help empower, enable, and educate officials to grow and gain experience in roller derby. Please see their table back in backslash 3. Give yourself some delightful
Welcome back to the Big O, hosted by Emerald City. This is Lane County Concussion against the Phoenix Rattlesnakes, Arizona Men's Derby.
Lane County Concussion's having a rough first half against the Rattlesnakes. Only able to pull out 23 points the entire first half versus 179 for the Rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes have just been shutting them down defensively with a strong back wall like we're seeing right here, right on the jammer line, just waiting to hold Brains back.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job as they create just enough of an opportunity for their own jammer to get through as they're prepared for him wherever he goes. And then defensively not moving an inch and shutting down the jammer for Lane County. And it's been the pattern over and over and over and over.
And Kamakanji starting back there, he has the element of surprise. Brains doesn't know where he's going to go through. As he sneaks up, his teammates are watching. They gave room for him, and they know exactly where Brains is. He can push as hard as he wants, but they're still holding him back.
Oh, huge hit by Photobomb. He escorts Kamakanji to the infield.
Sneaks right between the two of them, though, pulls it off and gets the lead jammer.
Schenk headed to the penalty box number 4 for Lane County. James Brains now through. Photobomb working the back of the pack with X number 29 for Lane County.
Kamakanji not going to let Lane County get any points that one as well.
So interestingly, here we are in that same formation, which has been successful for them repeatedly. So over and over and over, this is the formula that has been working for the Rattlesnakes. Lane County Concussion doesn't seem to have an answer to that.
No, they don't. They keep lining up right in front and letting this back wall really, really do damage on their jammer.
And interestingly enough, now they're actually further from the jammer line, so it's easier now for Arizona to take that position with that defensive wall at the back.
Itapupu pushing his way to the front and picks up lead jammer.
Yeah, he pulled around Shred Eye. Pivot for Lane County, now headed to the penalty box. That is Bustin Mornose.
Half-breed still at the back of the pack, not able to get back past or out past that black wall.
And a
Big hit by Venomous Vegan. And again, Venomous Vegan takes him right out to the inside, falls down himself. Half-breed comes right in behind that strong black wall.
Fuzzy Navel now, he pulls himself back, putting himself in front of Half-breed, working along in tandem with Fred Nuts. Oh, I heard that hit to the floor from here.
Exactly. And Half-breed pulls a cut penalty, headed to the box. This is not going to help them at all.
So Lane County is going to have to come up with some kind of answer to what the Rattlesnakes are putting on the table here.
Lane County now has a full penalty box, 2 blockers in and their jammer. Rattlesnakes have 2 in the box as well, so we're looking at a pretty small pack out there. Bustin Mornose coming back in behind. Bridging between the front and the back, trying to keep it in play, but he is out of there. Itapupu again.
Three wall by Lane County there in the front. They're going to try to run the defense here. Nice work by the pivot. Bustin Mornose, he is going to take himself out of play. He actually was injured earlier with a knee, and he's now laying on the track. And the EMTs or emergency medical staff is now being called over to assist Bustin Mornose. And he's taking himself off the track here as he's cuddling up next to the audience there in the stands. This is a huge hit, though, on them for Lane County in particular because he's been a powerhouse in the first half, and he took a huge hit at that point and took himself out of play. And now he's having a conversation with them, and we'll see whether the EMT staff decides that he can skate again. And is that a calculated risk that even he wants to take?
I didn't think he was going to get up from his hit the last half, but he did, and you're right. He took himself out, and here we are again. So always wish him the best.
Well, and injuries are a huge thing. Puget Sound Outcasts went to Flat Track Fever in Calgary recently, and although they took a huge sweep over the teams that they played against, they went with 9 skaters, and 2 of their skaters got injured and are now currently out of play for the Outcasts. So injuries are a huge deal, and when I'm talking about injuries, I'm talking about knee injuries that potentially take you out for much longer than a game or two, but ones that require surgery and take you out of life for a second there.
Exactly. Bustin Mornow's back up on his skates with a little help from the EMT and some of his fans and teammates.
We were discussing earlier as Poppycock isn't currently skating for Lane County during this bout, and he's also a hugely invested player and has been with Lane County for a very long time.
Yes.
And that loss hurts Lane County right out of the gate. And although GQ is on their 20, he is also not skating tonight. And neither is Icky, oddly.
No.
But Icky did skate earlier. So did Poppycock, for that matter, against Capital City. So a much different roster, shifting things up a bit.
And here you see the lineup exactly like we've seen all night. Here it is, Rattle Skates in the back with a strong wall. Number 11, Sid Licious, jamming for them. Off the jam line, not on the jam line. Gives that element of surprise.
Well, and he's solitary jammer on the track now. So
Yep.
2 wall in front. I definitely see X.
And that's Dragon Balls as well.
I can't see. It's obscured. One-man wolf pack formed an entire wall preventing me from seeing that.
Well, he's a one-man wall, apparently.
One-man wolf pack, one-man wall. The Great Wall of Rattlescape.
The Great Wall of Wolfpack.
There we go. Not the Great Wall of China anymore.
Oddly enough, the last bout I called, we talked about the Great Wall of China as well.
Sidlicious, number 11, giving a little wave to the announcer table.
It is really enjoyable when we have these long derby weekends to see, tough action and competition on the track, but then camaraderie when they're watching the next bout.
Absolutely. And some of this, the displaying points and coming up with some good defense and working on your strategies, Lane County has gone through progressively many, many changes, and they've lost skaters or had skaters transfer to other pretty predominant leagues like Portland Men's Roller Derby and Puget Sound Outcasts. So that's always a hard hit, and although teams are always changing, when you lose some pivotal people, it changes the dynamic on your team. So Lane County doing a really nice job as they're really staying together. They're trying to maintain that cohesiveness.
Yep. Half-breed back on the track, comes up against that huge Arizona back wall. Trying to force it on the outside. Taken out by one-man Wolfpack. Has to go back to the pivot line to enter. Rattlescapes pick up another 5 points.
Oh, 4 out of play penalty assessed to him. He's headed to the penalty box. He engaged the jammer when he was outside of the engagement zone. Too far
Ahead. Half-breed hit to the inside again by one-man Wolfpack. Coming back in behind them all. Same old view. Did anyone see that?
I'm not entirely sure what just happened,
And
I'm slightly confused.
I am too. It seemed like Sid Licious, he was skating in the inside of the track near the refs and then re-entered the pack to continue skating. I don't know what that was about.
I can honestly say neither do I. I can only report on what I see. I don't know currently what the officiating staff is, and this is not a reflection on them by any means. It's a question I would have if I were sitting on the Lane County bench. Refs a huge component to roller derby in general, and it really wouldn't happen without the referee staff and this officiating crew doing a really nice job. Lots and lots of penalties for both teams.
Yep. Number 9, Karmakanji, excuse me, has the lead jammer. And number 13, Photobomb, is finally out of the pack. But again, without having lead, he doesn't have a whole lot of power. And Kamakanji's watching him and calls it right off before he even reaches the pack. The Rattlesnakes get 4 points. Lane County held at 23 for the first 6 minutes of this half. Looks like we got Brains up for Lane County on the jam line against Itapupu for the Rattlesnakes. Again, strong back wall for the Rattlesnakes.
23 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second period. Lane County 25, Phoenix Rattlesnakes 2:41 currently. However, Itapupa is going to pull through. He's going to pull around YB Normal, last line defense up at the front of the pack. We're also going to have James Brains pulling through on his initial pass.
He's going to press the issue, but again, the Rattlesnakes are in the advantage here, having lead jammer.
Murby Dick now working in the back of the pack. Itapupu.
Itapupu takes the inside. All he needed was half an inch, and there he got it, called it right off, and James Brains, again, held behind the pack, able to pick up 2 points this time.
Photobomb. Number 13 is fielded as the jammer for Lane County Concussion up against Sidlicious. Sidlicious. I somehow feel like I should be singing Sex Pistols songs.
Right.
I won't punish anybody in that way. Not because I don't like them. I was speaking more about my own singing capacity.
And again, Sidlicious sneaks right on through, picks up lead jammer. Photobomb got past the back wall, only to find himself stuck behind a 2-wall in front of the pack.
Yeah, Bombs on Your Moms and Rocket Sauce T4.
Yep, and taken out twice by Bombs on Your Moms. Or excuse me, that was one-man Wolfpack that time.
Positional block by 55, Fred Nuts, back to the pack. 5-point scoring pass on behalf of the Rattlesnakes. Number 11, Sidlicious. Holding the inside, 1981, Rick Shames for Lane County Concussion. Shreds eye, 084 moves in for a sternum block. High block penalty, though, being assessed now to Shred eye for Lane County.
And there we go.
So Photobomb is now in a power jam.
Unfortunately, he's not able to move very far or fast at all. Bombs on Your Moms has him held tight. Up. He got a cut major for that one because his hips came in slightly in front of Bombs on Your Moms. So now we are having Photobomb heading to the box, which will automatically release Sidlicious so we can finish off this jam, which is over now.
Just managed to get in front of it or behind it.
20 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second period.
We're
Rattlesnakes 259, Tulane County 25.
So Sidlicious standing in the box, but not on the track. When the whistle blows, he'll be released from the box. Sidlicious comes on the track. Teammates let him right on through. and he fights that wall and is able to break them up himself and just take off. Picking up a lead jammer and a power jam.
Pulls around YB normal to take that sought after spot. Gonna run some defense at the back of the pack on behalf of
Jumps
Shred
right
Eye. Oh, cutting the track. Sidalicious now heading to the penalty box.
And he will serve a full minute. Photobomb back on the track. Up against a really tough Phoenix wall in front. Hit out by Venomous Vegan and has to enter all the way at the back of the pack. Photobomb hit to the inside, forced to enter the back again. Finally getting a little offensive help from his teammates and taken out before he makes any progress. Some offensive help. Passes the star to Brains. So that slices through the pack, and he finally comes around. He's on a scoring pass, but here comes Sidalicious back from the box.
Sidalicious.
Jam ends without Lane County scoring any points. We're sitting at 263 Arizona, 25 Lane County, with 17:57 left in the half. Well, I guess left in the game,
True.
being the second period.
Formidable observation, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
So Shank now, number 4, sent in to jam for Lane County concussion. He's getting knocked around at the back of the pack by Bombs on your moms. He's now going to try to push his way through the center of the pack. No pack is being called. Nice work there for bridging. Cut track penalty. Pitch it headed to the penalty box. The pivot for Rattle-Skates. Two wall at the front. Godless Heathen and Bombs on your moms.
Itapupu picking up 5 points for Rattle-Skates. While Shank is trying hard to get past those Arizona blockers. Itapupu is just lapping the pack.
Pack and man 105. The pivot for Lane County now going to the penalty box. Pack advantage in favor, slightly in favor of Rattle-Skates. Each people going to try to pull around Shank, and he is going to get through for a 5-point scoring pass. Now he's running a little positional block. He's going to try to force him into the infield. Not quite enough. I think he may have been attempting to force a cut track on Shank, number 4. Dragon Ball's working at the back of the pack with Wolverine. Interesting shift there. I don't think we've seen Wolverine on the track thus far in the bout for Lane County concussion.
I don't think so. I think he was originally slated to be an alternate, but again, we lost Poppycock and Icky from earlier.
And Inspector Spaceman.
Inspector Spaceman is injured as well. GQ's not here. And so we have Wolverine and Rick Shames, both originally scheduled as alternates, but skating with the Lane County concussions today.
So this is an official. It's official timeout now. Pachenko working with Rock. They are assessing penalties. Looking at impact. And potentially talking about whether or not a misconduct penalty should be assessed. And again, that's my observation, as I am not sitting betwixt or amongst the referees currently, although I would like to be there.
Betwixt. Currently, Lane County has 2 blockers in the penalty box, 2 on the track.
Working potentially on some technical difficulties. It sounds like some people at home having some difficulty hearing us here. Again, we are still in official timeout. Rattlescapes with a considerable lead currently over Lane County.
Sizable.
282 currently into 25 for Lane County with just under 16 minutes left in the second period.
And frankly, Arizona has a strategy that's working, so why would they do anything else?
There's
And
no
the score is absolutely reflecting that.
Yeah, there's no reason for Arizona to switch it up at this point because they've been super successful utilizing this strategy.
And even though their jammers have been working hard in the fact that they've been skating a lot and really lapping, they haven't had to do the physical fighting to get through. They're not getting knocked around about as much by Lane County. So their jammers are actually a little more refreshed than the concussion jammers, which are really having to fight for every inch of the track they gain.
And we have not seen Buston Mornos come back from that injury, so they're down another player potentially for the rest of the 16 minutes.
Which might explain why we saw Wolverine finally.
Could be. Half-breed has been expelled from the game. That's number 5 half-breed, and it was actually an expulsion for misconduct, I believe.
So Lane County down another player. YB Normal sent to the penalty box to serve out the rest of Half-Breed's time. Brains on the line, right behind a giant wall of Arizona players with only 2 blockers to help him in front. And Kamakanji sneaks right up behind him again. Brains has no idea where he is. He sneaks right around the outside and goes past his team and skates easily past the concussion's 2 blockers. Picks up lead jammer.
Fred Nuts headed to the pack, or to the penalty box. One-man Wolfpack headed to the penalty box as well for Rattleskates.
Kamakanji calls that after he scores 4 points.
Bombs on your moms. 0-0.
Yeah,
Is now the jammer.
he's on the jam line.
It's true. And he's going to go up against X. We have not seen X jam.
Yet. No.
I mean, we've seen him a lot, obviously, but generally in a blocking position. But now he's going to be the ball. James.
And sometimes strong blockers make great jammers because they just barrel right on through, and that looks like it's his strategy right now. Hit to the outside by, I didn't see who that was.
Being obscured by Metal Ed outside pack ref with Biggie Talls there. Takedown on X by Fred Nuts, 55. And in goes Fuzzy Naval. 5-point scoring pass for Bombs on Your Moms. Fuzzy Naval. HT2 headed to the penalty box.
This
Right.
box has not been empty at one point yet, this jam.
Bombs on your mom's going in for another pass here. Nick Fury 804 holding the front line. YB
Bombs on
normal.
bombs down and calls it. X giving his best shot. Never quite cleared that pack to be able to be on a scoring run at all, but did not give up that entire time. We've got Brains on the line for the concussions now. It looks like Sidlicious for the Rattlescapes.
Like we were going to get a marathon start there, getting into position. Like track racing. Pitch it working.
James Brains gets through fast. Finally for Lane County. Lane County gets the lead jammer. And Sidlicious finally clears the pack now as James is entering the back. Finally an opportunity to score.
Pitch it, trying to wiggle his way through. And on the side, we're going to get 4 points in favor of Lane County Concussion. That's going to bring them to 29 points.
29 to 306 with 12:38 left. They've suffered some injuries today. Lost quite a few of their players that even were skating this morning against Capital City. And it looks like their lineup is reflecting that. Starting to get a little tired.
Number 4, Shank, donning a star for Lane County Concussion. Oh, nice defensive wall of the front of the pack. However, we are going to get Eat to Poo Poo pulling through. Pivot now for Rattlescapes head to the penalty box. That is number 42, Godless Heathen. Oh, huge takeout there on Eat to Poo Poo.
Shank finally out of the pack, but he can't even get back to it before Itapupu calls it off. Adds another 5 points to the Rattlescapes, already 306, bringing us to 311.
Rick Shames now sitting in the penalty box for Lane County Concussion. That's going to be Photobomb, number 13 for Lane County, going up against Gamakanji, number 9 for the Rattlescapes. One-man Wolfpack holding the inside line. You have YB Normal working in the front of the pack. Oh, they're going to run that defensive two-wall. Photobomb got stuck behind the defensive line. He actually gets taken out of play. No pass, no penalty for Photobomb. Brains holding the front line there with YB Normal. Pack and Man now bridging the pack as the pivot as he was released from the penalty box to rejoin the pack.
Number 4, Shank joining us for Lane County Concussions. Number 11, Sidlicious up on the jam line for the Rattlescapes. Again, looking at a strong back black wall with only 3 blockers for the Concussions on the track right now.
Shank attempts to go around on the outside, but gets stopped by Rocket Sauce T4 for Rattlescapes.
Venomous Vegan forces him out, gets a cut major. So Shank is headed to the box to serve his minutes. Sidlicious has the lead jammer and a power jam. Easily sneaks past Wolverine and Dragon Balls.
Reinforcement. Rick Shames released from the penalty box for Lane County. 5-point scoring pass for Sidlicious. Runs into the 3-wall on the inside line, formulated by Lane County. Wolverine running a little bit of positional block there. Sandwich, and he's able to escape. He will not be the Sidlicious to your sandwich of Lane County. Wolverine moving to the front of the pack. He's going to join the pivot. Oh, Dragon Balls with a jammer takedown on Sidalicious.
Rick James stuck at the back of the pack.
Yeah, Cappy, Rocket Sauce, and number 7, Venomous Vegan, running the trap on him. Wolverine is now going to move out. You have Dragon Balls, the pivot, holding the back lane. Rick Shames now forming that wall in the back. Shank now attempting to get through. Looked like Lane County shifted it up there a bit, and we're going to work on a little bit of offense. Wolverine now head-to-head there at the front of the pack. I believe that was Rocket Sauce.
Another 5 points for Sidalicious. He decides to call that jam.
Shank was pushed to the inside of the track. We are going to have Venomous Vegan taking a trip to the penalty box for the Rattlescapes. Eat to Poo Poo 861 going up against James Brains. Nice last minute observation, and they wave off Fuzzy Navel for the Rattlescapes. Murby Dick holding the inside. He's working with 105 Packin' Man for Lane County Concussion.
Brain's able to sneak through on the inside of the turn, picks up the lead jammer, but Eat the Poo Poo is right behind him.
Nice little takedown at the back of the pack on number 55, Fred Nuts for the Rattlescapes. Murby Dick, Photobomb working in the center of the pack there with Packin' Man for Lane County. Pitch It was working the front of the pack with Bombs on Your Moms. Kamakanji, number 9, jamming for the Rattlescapes. Shank, number 4. I think it would be really interesting right here if they did a Pegasus, but it didn't work out.
No.
It's just what I wanted to happen. Shred-Eye was holding the inside. He was in a position and a stance such that a Pegasus may have been possible.
Kamakanji's lead jammer, but Shank clears the pack.
One-man wolf pack. The pivot headed to the penalty box for the Rattlescapes.
And Kamakanji calls it before Shank can even reach the back of the pack. Holding Lane County at 31 to 349, Arizona.
A little over 6 minutes left in the second period. 349 to 31 in favor of Arizona Men's Derby, the Phoenix Rattlescapes. Photobomb, number 13, is now going to jam on behalf of Lane County Concussion against Bombs on Your Moms.
Bombs versus bomb.
It's true. There's a whole lot of bombing going on. Oh, yeah, that just happened.
It did.
Cappy working in front of the pack there for Rattlescapes. So, interesting lineup here, right? So, nice work on the inside, and they're going to force Bombs on Your Moms to the infield. And we are going to have Photobomb picking up lead jammer status. So, did you see the switch up here? They used the numbers in their favor. So the Rattlescapes didn't have the availability to hold that strong back wall, and it worked out in favor of Lane County, at least initially. And it's a power jam because Bombs on Your Moms now in the penalty box. So power jam for Lane County, and that's Photobomb.
And Venomous Vegan also is getting sent to the penalty box, but he has to be sent back in because it's full. Looks like Cappy sent to the penalty box as well, only to re-enter.
Yeah, he's
we
just
have 2 blockers for Arizona Rattlescapes waiting to take their turn in the box.
James Brains now headed to the penalty box. He's going to have a seat. We have Venomous Vegan also in line now. There was an opportunity and availability for him to sit down. Cappy goes in and checks in again, but there was an availability when Venomous Vegan saw it. He took it. He'd just been assessed a penalty. I don't think he was aware that Cappy was in queue. Yep. So Cappy back onto the track. Biggest jam that Lane County has had this entire bout. Huge, strong showing in that jam.
And there goes the time. And again, number 777, Cappy, is still needing to serve a minute in the penalty box. And Venomous Vegan sitting down. And our jammer, Bombs on Your Moms, is standing. So they'll start this jam with a full box.
And they're going to send in Shank, number 4. Murby Dick. Now, see here, they shifted up again, and here's where you have Lane County now taking that back line as the numbers are working out in their favor. 3 on 2 in the pack. And they got to the line, and they're going to try to force it. And as long as they use the passive offense back to back to pack, and we are going to have Shank assessed the lead. But not for very long, as Bombs on Your Moms has now been released, and he quickly makes his way through the pack.
So they're both on a scoring pass. Shank's got to get a couple points. He got his ghost points. It's not going to call it. Bombs on Your Moms goes through right on the inside. Picks up 4 points. Shank's still trying to get through on his first passing score. There, he's got it. Gets 5.
And he thinks he's being sent to the penalty box, and yet he's not. He's being waved back on the track. Shut down on Bombs on Your Mom on the straightaway by James Brains, number 55 for Lane County concussion. Murray Dick and Dragon Balls headed back to the bench along with Shred-Eye, our team bench, that is.
We've got just under 3 minutes left with Lane County pulling it together and getting 56 as opposed to the 30-something they had for quite a while against 354 Arizona. Looks like we have an official timeout.
We do. And furiously, the hardworking NSOs are ensuring that the penalties have all been assessed correctly. And now penalty trackers reviewing that with the referee crew.
All 4 blockers for Arizona received a penalty in that last jam, as well as their jammers. So every single player got a penalty that jam. You don't see that often.
But it does happen.
It does. As we
And
saw
sometimes
today.
I think, that can never happen in roller derby. Oh, announcer
goes.
karma. It's all over. We are going to get started. Rock now checking in with the captain. We're going to get play started.
So we've got
Oh, look. So interesting take by Arizona. They're adjusting and adapting with having 2 blockers in the penalty box because they realized starting there back at the jammer line wasn't working anymore, so able to adjust their style of play going forward with Lane County with the pack advantage.
Photobomb. Photobomb. Feeds Sidlicious right to the Lane County concussion jammer, blockers.
YB Norrell in the penalty box for a multiplayer block. And again, we do have Photobomb picking up that coveted position. He's going to try to make his way around Cappy. Cappy was at the back of the pack. He's going to try to push his way around number 42, Godless Heathen. Hit you with a beautiful block there as we're going to get a no pass, no penalty assessed to Photobomb. Yeah, nice maneuvering there by number 29X as he forces Sidlicious to the infield. Dragon Ball's getting hung up on Fuzzy Naval. Huge hit delivered to Pac-Man, number 105. Take him out, and we're going to have 4 points now for Photobomb. James Brains. Oh, he's going to be fielded as the jammer here. We only have 1 minute, 11 seconds left on the clock. He's going to go up against Ita Pupu, 861 for Rattle Skates.
He started as jammer, and he'll end as jammer.
Ita Pupu does pull through. He takes lead jammer status, so he ends that run for Lane County as they were consistently picking up for the last several jams that lead jammer spot.
James having a hard time, Brains down a couple of times before he even reaches the second turn.
Yeah, Kamikanji and Rocket Sauce working a huge defense there at the back as they shut down James Brains.
Eat the Poo Poo snuck through, got 5, and he's on his way to get another.
Nick and Fury gonna run, try to force out James Brains. Cut track penalty on James Brains.
That makes it a power jam for Arizona.
And all Arizona has to do now is they don't even need to necessarily engage the pack because there's only 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left on the period clock. But it's a calculated risk that he's willing to take given the huge point differential. Wow.
It's certainly a good time here at the Big O, folks.
Yeah. Time wasn't working in the favor of Lane County Concussion, so he waits for the period clock to end and he calls off the jam. Safe to say, although this is an unofficial score, the points currently sitting at 375. Arizona Men's Derby, Phoenix Rattlesnakes, Lane County 60. Yep. Thank you for joining us here. Supported by Emerald City. Love.
And hopefully you can be here in person next year when we have our 3rd annual Big O tournament then. Save the dates.
Absolutely. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, folks, and a big hand for your Lane County Concussion. A lot of hard play by both of these teams. I can't wait to see them in the future. Great job by both these teams.
Great camaraderie. What a great bunch of boys.
Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned. Next up on this very track, this one right here,
We will have roller derby.
there'll be roller derby. It's true. Deep Valley versus Uinta. Uinta.
I've
One
been
back.
practicing that one.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody has, but I'm not on that bout. So, I'm Phil Dirks.
And I'm Ichabod Splain.
We'll see you next time.